hope you've been happy, healthy, and safe. Today we're going to do another pick your pile reading. Timestamps will be down below so you can pick your pile down there. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. We will get into the energies. Alright, so if you pick pile 1, these are your energies. Calling in your spirit guides, your angels, your higher selves, the highest energies, your highest good. Calling in 1 viewers now. Thank you. Okay, so pile 1, what do we have for you? Okay, so we have the situation right now. You need to enter the temple of your own truth, okay? And learn to value it. So there's a situation right now that you possibly need to put endings to. In order to transition or to understand where you're going for your future, okay? So, okay, that is your situation. What is your challenge? Let's see. Your challenge right now is recognizing despair as an opportunity. Within it, you will find the gift of awakening is your message. Something to do with partnerships. I think that's the completion. And then new beginnings that come after that. That's where you're at right now. You're having a hard time recognizing maybe loss or potential loss. And overcoming that and understanding that that loss is really, if it's a partnership, remember rejection is the universe's redirection and protection. So you might not see it now, but maybe that situation, that person wasn't meant for you, okay? It could be a situation, could be a person, okay? But in any regard, it was something that you lost or you're losing that's creating despair. But really, there's an opportunity behind that. You just don't see it, okay? Now, where's this going right now? Okay, well, where it's going is you're experiencing a spiritual blossoming. So by taking a new direction and being open to new experiences, in any regard, whether you take the advice I'm about to give you from spirit or not, in any regard, it's going to lead you in a new direction. You're going to have new experiences, and stuff. But the question right now is, will you be open to those new experiences, or will you just do the same thing over and over again? Okay. Communication. You need to communicate with a different approach. I feel like maybe a more loving approach, because there's a lot of green in this card, and a more structured approach. you need to communicate with. So I feel that all coming through as well. Okay, so what advice does Spirit have for you? Let's take some advice. What do you need to do right now? You have the number 4 coming through, and it says decrease. So Spirit is cautioning you right now. You need to decrease. I feel like maybe spending, maybe that's a cycle you have of you just you spend too much, maybe. You also have to recognize healing people around you. In this card, it's the loving woman. She looks a little bit like that with a dog. Okay? You need to recognize that they are actually there to help you. And then you have to surrender to your higher self. You have to surrender and create a partnership with listening to your heart, because that really is the key to connecting with your higher self, is to connect with your heart. So let's just say, for example, okay, because I find this very interesting, people with certain ailments, usually we have those ailments because they relate to something we have a considerate blockage. So just in this, because the heart is standing out to me, there could be something. Maybe you have heart problems, or you have a lot of tightness in your chest, or, you know, problems with maybe your shoulder, or something that connects to your heart. That's actually a sign of something you need to heal and move past. You need to open up your heart more in order to grow, and in order to recognize despair as an opportunity. Okay, I know that sounds catch-22, but it's really how the universe works. When you understand that, you become a master of it. Okay, what is your potential outcome? Should you take the advice? You're going to move into a space where you trust your own journey. You trust your own. You'll be able to understand your journey, why you experience the things that you experience, the way you experienced it. It will make you wiser. Okay. It'll make your communications better. It will make your partnerships better. Okay? So if you take the advice, you listen to your open your heart, listen to your heart, accept people around you, decrease spending in certain cycles that you have within. Maybe, you know, it cycles with your own truth and recognizing despair as an opportunity. In any case, you are definitely experience spiritual growth, right? But I do believe there's someone around you that's trying to help you, but it feels like there's a little bit of resistance here because you're not willing to go inside the temple of your own truth and really see and hear what maybe perhaps this loving woman is trying to tell you to help you heal and grow. Okay. All right, what do you need to surrender? Let's get a surrender card, and then we'll get a message from the universe, and then we'll move on to pile 2. Okay, what do you need to surrender? You need to surrender stress. Okay, take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you built up in your body. I do feel like whoever I'm connecting with, you tend to create your own stress. You almost build up scenarios within your own mind to create your own stress, and it's nothing like how the scenario actually is. Okay, let the stress go and come back to your center. So that's again with the heart, right? And your inner temple. You know, like, just come back and trust yourself. Take that breath. Also with this card, the dog representing loyal people. Maybe there's loyal, loving people around you that you're not, recognizing. Maybe you're completely dismissing them. Maybe it's not a woman with a dog, or it could be multiple people with dogs, but in any regard, they're loyal people. But it's like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a cycle you need to decrease with pushing people away, sort of deal here. Okay. Good. And then message from the universe. Let's use these guys again. Okay, go for your dreams. So again, like your higher self, when you actually open your heart and enter that temple of your own truth, you'll actually realize your dreams. I get an element here of whoever I'm connecting to. You think that all the money in the world, or all the success, or all the, I don't know, diamonds or riches, I just keep getting that, are your dreams, but actually that's not your dreams at all. Okay? Your dreams, you won't actually know what those dreams are until you connect with your higher self. But you need to stop resisting doing that, right? Because I feel like you're resisting yourself, basically. That's horrible. Okay, anyway, stop doing that. I don't like feeling that. Okay? I don't like feeling what you feel. So stop feeling it. Make me feel better. I'm just kidding. I know you can't. I can't control the way you feel any more than you can control the way I feel. So basically, I'm an empath. I pick up on how you feel. However, just because I feel that way doesn't mean I have to take it on as my own. Okay? So, and I don't. Trust me, from these readings, I pick up a lot of stuff. I'm not taking that stuff on. But there's an element here of somebody that I'm connecting with that does take that stuff on. They take it on as their own. And they take it on so deeply. And so they feel so much that they end up maybe self-soothing through maybe addictive behaviors or something like that, because they feel so much and they want to numb it, so they grasp at whatever they can to like numb that feeling that they're feeling, and then it just makes stuff worse and worse for you in your life, is how I'm feeling this. So whoever I'm connecting to, that's honestly what I'm connecting to. And I don't like it, right? I don't know how you can live in this space. It's a horrible space, right? Like, stop doing that to yourself. Open your heart. Be allowed to feel your emotions, to let them come up, to deal with them. It's just gonna make your relationships, your everything better. Show that vulnerable side to you. It's okay to show that vulnerable side to you. It's nothing like really what's gonna happen. You start crying while somebody sees you cry. Like, I connect to a lot of men here, so I understand that this is a big deal for a lot of you. But the thing is, like, come on, who cares? Vulnerability is awesome, really. I mean, you know, when you're vulnerable, people attract to you more because they can relate with that vulnerability. But if you're like, right? Like, how is that helping you? That's just closing. You're just, everybody's like, that guy's a prick, or that girl's a prick, right? Like, it's not helping you. Like, you just, I have to watch what I say. Like, I could say some, yeah. Anyways, you get the point, okay? You get the point. Don't be mean. Open your heart. Be cool about shit. Okay, that's really all I have to say. Okay, moving on to pile 2. Now I'm getting itchy heart. My heart is healing. Somebody's heart is healing. Okay, anyway, I'm out. Okay, going to 2. Okay, calling in pile 2, please, Spirit, calling in pile 2. Connecting with the highest angels, guides, spirits, higher selves for pile 2. New energies, please, pile 2. Viewers. Okay, so we'll use, let's actually use these guys this time, and then we'll use possibly those cards for clarifiers. Okay. Alright, so the situation right now is stuck energy. You feel like you are stuck. You feel like you're stuck in the mud. Things aren't changing. You're like, fuck it. I'm just gonna sit on my truck and let the truck sink in the mud. Okay? I've been stuck before. This is a horrible feeling. of actually being stuck in the mud. But anyways, because there's nothing you can do. You just gotta wait for help. Okay, and maybe that's the situation you're in right now. You're just stuck and you're pissed off and you can't move and you're just waiting. You're just like gave up and you're waiting. Okay? Been there. I can relate. Okay, your challenge. Your challenge is new beginnings. Makes sense. You're stuck in the mud, so your challenge is new beginnings. Okay, moving past that, right? Okay. Yeah, fresh start. Your challenge is just fresh start to just everything. Because you just feel stuck. Okay. Outcome is the need. This came out in reverse. The outcome is the need to listen to your higher self. Okay. All right. So what advice does Spirit have for you to move forward and get out of this stuck energy? Shine your light. Okay, so you have to get out and you have to really shine your light and open up to new possibilities. With the challenge being new beginnings, it feels like you are not open to new beginnings. You're not open to shining your light. You're very closed off to it. Do all things in moderation. So again, I'm picking up addictive behaviors. Overeating, over drinking, over partying, over indulging with drugs and alcohol, over just not putting your focus where your focus should be. Okay, and your focus should be on you and your higher self. Should be on what do I have to do to be better than I was yesterday. Okay. And then accept what is dying. So it feels like there's certain partnerships, there's certain relationships, there's certain situations in your life that are falling away to the wayside. And you're struggling with it. You're having a really difficult time with it because I feel like there's an element of here, because he's alone too. There's a man, he's alone in this picture. He's just stuck in the mud, he's just stuck there. He's all alone and he's gotta wait. Okay, accept that. It's okay to be, it's okay. The way, so I used to get really mad when okay, because I do a lot of 4x4ing and things like that. So I used to get really mad when I got stuck because I work in a male-dominated industry. So being the female getting stuck, it's an ego. It's hard on your ego. It's hard on your pride because you're like, oh, the girl got stuck, right? Okay, so that made me, over the years, get really pissed off every time I got stuck, right? Because then I'd have to listen to all the guys, right? But here's the kicker. Sometimes you just gotta fuck up and you gotta call for help. You gotta accept that you're gonna get the right? Like, it's just how it is. I don't really care anymore now that I get stuck. I literally just sit there a lot of times. Like, I try to get unstuck, but when I know I'm stuck, and like in this picture stuck, which has happened, I'll be honest, it's happened where I have needed a tug. I do. I give up, right? Because I accept what's dying. The fact, maybe my truck or my quad or whatever, it's done. It's not going anywhere. It's just there. It's just stuck. So all you can really do is, when you're in a situation like that, where there literally is nothing left to do but just wait and call for help, is to shine your light on the situation. It's okay to, if everybody else is like, point yourself out, right? Have fun with it. Be okay with it, right? That's really what the message here is saying, is you need to be okay with it. It's going to help you bring about new beginnings. And I only laugh because I know this energy so well, and it's hard even on like being literally stuck, and then being stuck in your life and not being able to ask for help. I never like asking for help, right? Nobody does, but sometimes you have to. You have to buck up, listen to your higher self, accept what's dying, whether a relationship, workship, family ship, whatever it is, accept it, and just, try to move forward with it, and try to see the humor, and try to be positive about the situation. Don't be all negative Nelly like this dude in the picture. Yeah. Okay, so where is this situation going if you heed the advice? Okay. Oh, where's it going? Ah, it looks good. It looks good. It looks like you're gonna open up to the wandering path, and you're gonna start enjoying your journey a little bit more. You're gonna realize, when you connect with your higher self and you open up, you be vulnerable, you be childlike and fun, realize that, life is an adventure. Sometimes we roll out on top, and then sometimes we're stuck in the mud, we're at the bottom of the hill, stuck in the mud. Okay? And that's life. Honestly, it's life. And you have to enjoy the journey no matter what it brings you. Okay? Sometimes you're gonna have good days, and sometimes you're gonna have bad days, right? But in any regard, in order to move and grow and move forward and get out of this stuck energy, you have to keep carrying on with trying new things and doing things in moderation, and accept what doesn't work. That's why I'm a very good 4x4, because I figured out how not to get stuck in the mud. Okay? But I didn't learn that the easy way. I learned that by getting stuck in the mud, where I can go and where I can't go. I start sinking, I start backing up, because I'm like, nope, not working. Let's go out of there, right? Let's go around. I'm not going through that shit. I'm gonna get stuck. Nobody's around to pull me out. Well, we have to realize that, right? We have to listen to, a lot of it has been, ironically, how I ended up here doing these things. I listen to my intuition. It helps me so I don't get stuck in the mud. Because I'm like, ooh, am I going to get stuck? Yes, I am. Okay, I'm not going through that puddle. Oh, that looks deep. Should I go through it while I get stuck? No, I won't. Oh, I'm going because it looks fun. Hey, and fun that's what life is all about. It's about fun, right? But it's also about doing things in moderation. So if you have addictive behaviors that, you're doing bad shit, well, that's the gray area. That's the gray area. That's the part, there's fun, and then there's that line that you cross, right? And then it's not fun anymore, and then you end up stuck in the mud. Okay. Anyway, that went on way too much. Okay, let's surrender cards. Where are my surrender cards? Now I can't find them. Oh, there they are. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, what does pile 2 need to surrender for their highest and best good? Surrender to spirit. So again, listening to your higher self, listening to spirit. That will help you immensely. Listen, just, if you're stuck, there's usually a reason why you're stuck. You're stuck because something is slowing you down. That's what I learned. Sometimes it's to prevent you from moving in a direction that's going to create more grief and more stress for you, right? Usually when people get stuck, they get stuck at the end of the day. Why? Because they're rushing or they're whatever, and they're like, and it's funny because whenever I ask, well, why did you go down there? Well, it was the end of the day and I didn't want to go down there tomorrow, and I knew I shouldn't have went down there. So everybody has intuition. It's just not everybody listens to it, and it's important that you surrender to your higher self or your spirit, whatever you want to call it. You can call it higher self, you can call it spirit, you can call it source, you can call it whatever. I call it spirit, I call it source, and I do call it higher self, and I think those are 3 different things, but for you maybe it's one and the same, and that's cool, right? Take it however it works for you, but everybody has an inner voice. Everybody can listen to that inner voice so that they can get out of these cycles and move in a new direction. Okay, so, but whatever. Off track again. Anyways, once you've done everything you can do to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic, right? He can't do anything else. He's stuck in the mud. His only option is to wait for help. It doesn't even look like he could dig himself out of that, even if he tried. And he tried, and he dug, and he dug, and he dug for days, right? He'd never get out of that. He has to wait for help. Okay, and sometimes that help is your inner guidance, is spirit, okay? So the message here is listen to that. Listen to that. Okay? Listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. If you're getting upset, maybe you're at a certain job and you're always angry. You wake up angry, you gotta go to the job in the first place. You're like, I hate this job. But you go because the money's good. Okay? I've been there too. But you hate the job. But you go because you need the money. It's a vicious cycle. It's such a vicious cycle. But deep down, you hate the job, but you just keep going. And you snap at people, and Yeah. Yeah, I worked at, I won't tell you where, but a fast food place. We'll just say that. I hated the job. It was the only job I've ever done that I've hated. I truly hated the job. Well, A, I don't like cooking, which you don't really cook there anyways. You just kind of heat up shit. But, I didn't like the way I was being treated. I liked certain people, but overall, I didn't like the people. I didn't like the customers because they always looked down on you. Things like that. Like, just, it was horrible. And so, I was young then, and I needed the money, and so I didn't listen to my intuition. Except for one day, then I did. And I freed myself, and all of a sudden I didn't feel that anger. And I started to learn. I'm like, hey, you know, I gotta listen to, you know, if situations make me feel bad or whatever, obviously, then maybe we shouldn't be in those situations to begin with. So take that as a word of advice. That can work with people, that can work with jobs, that can work with anything. If it's not making you feel good, if it's making you feel angry, if it's making you want to do drugs or alcohol, if it's making you to avoid, you know, if you're in a situation and you always have to drink just to avoid the person or just to put up with the person, then there you go. That's your answer. That's your answer. That tells you right there. Your answer is saying, your spirit is saying, get the heck away from this situation, right? And if more of us listen to that, well, A, probably nobody would work, but you know, maybe they would. I don't know, because maybe you're taking a position that, like, say at Wendy's, maybe so, or, oh no, I said it. It may be somebody really would love that position that you're in. And, you know, you deserve a different position where you're truly happy. Like, I'm in a position, I love my job. I love everything about my actual job. Right? I couldn't be happier where I am now. Some of the people I don't really like, so I stay away from those people. I stand my ground with those people, but I always trust my intuition. No matter what the case, right? But yeah, I mean, that's basically life in a nutshell. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Done my spiel. Moving on to pile 3. Okay, pile 3. Please, Spirit. Calling in the energies of pile 3. 2 and 1 more. 3. Okay, so, alright. Okay, let's use these guys. Okay, so, what is the current situation for pile 3 right now? Okay. Sorry, excuse me. So the current, this is good. This is good for somebody. Infinite abundance. So the current situation is abundance is pouring into your life. Okay, so that's good. That's good. What is your challenge, though? Your challenge is passion and pleasure. Savoring your life. Finding out, like in this, she looks like she's dancing under the moon with a tambourine. He's playing a fiddle. Somebody in the back doing something. I can't really tell what they're doing all around a campfire. So your challenge right now is finding what makes you happy, what drives you, what's your niche. Basically, that's your challenge at the moment. Okay. And where is this going? Well, you have the journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So it's going, but this came in the reverse. So I feel like where you're going, you're having a hard time believing where you're going. Believing in magic. Okay. All right. Well, because you gotta be like that. Okay, so what does Spirit have to say to you? What advice does Spirit have for you? Okay. Spirit says tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. Okay, communications. There's something to do with the communications that you give that come across, I want to say, pretty harsh. They come across in a negative way, not really in a positive way, and you need to surrender to that. Okay. You also need to accept. It says the love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. So it feels like you need to really tap into what makes you happy, who makes you happy. You need to really tap into that and really feel what it is you want and where it is you stand, okay? Not what everybody wants from you or wants for you, or you don't want to be pleasing. Like, let's say if you're a kid and you know, your parent wants you to go be a doctor, and you know, they dish out all this money for you, and they're like, oh, but really you want to be a fiddler. Maybe that's what you want to be. That's your passion, a singer, a fiddler. And they're like, no, because what will people think? Or, you know, who cares, first of all? Who cares what anybody else thinks? Yeah, who cares what anybody else thinks? Just do what makes you happy, okay? And believe that whatever it is, whatever's meant for you on your journey that brings you happiness, if it's music, if you're a musician or an actor or a whatever, right? And it brings you joy and pleasure, and other people joy and pleasure. It's possible it can bring you abundance too, right? But maybe the naysayers, or you know, somebody trying to hold you back in some way because they're worried about what other people think. They have an image to hold. Who cares? It's not their journey, it's your journey. So worry about that and do what makes you happy, okay? A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. So yeah, listen to your intuition. Maybe I'm connecting to somebody who is worried about what people will think, if they are a psychic or intuitive, like me, right? Like, maybe they're worried that, you know, this will hurt their image or something like that. I can relate to that because I work in an industry where a lot of people could think that I'm a nut job because of it, right? But, oh well, that nut job saved a lot of money. So anyways, a message is trying to reach you. The spirit world is trying um, to connect with you, to connect with your heart, to connect with your intuition, to lead you in a direction that will create abundance for you. Whether that's channeling music, whether that's channeling spirit, whether that's whatever it is. Your advice from spirit is to open up to spirit, okay, and listen to that. Okay, where will this go? Where will this go if you listen to the advice from spirit? Idyllic times, the garden paradise. Looks really good for you. Structures, forever structures. Transformation, opening up to that inner wisdom. All those types of things. Will open up to you, will open doors for you. Will put you in a better space just overall, right? So go ahead and do the things Spirit has just told you to do, and you will end up here. Okay? What do you need to surrender? Let's see. What do you need to surrender? And we'll get a message from the universe, and we'll leave that there. For you, again, surrender, frustration. Frustration doesn't open any door. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup. So you may approach the situation more calmly. Okay, so you know, I think overall everything looks really good for you, but I do feel that maybe you get frustrated by certain things not perhaps going your way. And Spirit is saying just surrender that and just keep moving forward, and things are going to work out for you. Okay, and a message from the universe. Let's use these guys. Oh. Prepare to be astounded. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy, everyone always forever, and prepare to be astounded. The universe. P.S. Oh man, and you will ever become big time manifester. Alright, so overall your energies look really good. I think you're headed in the right direction. You just need to overcome, I feel, perception of you. Because what you're doing is actually really good. So keep up the good work. All right. Okay. I think that's it. Until next time.